Namaste. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite poses from Yin Yoga, which I try to do every day. It's called Starfish Pose, and this is a pose that counteracts this tendency towards hunching that we have in our culture. Whether you're typing all day or driving your car, or even if you're a skier, you're using those shoulders to get you down the mountain. And of course, constantly moving the body into this position is going to restrict our capacity to take deep breaths, which then limits the amount of prana we can get to our cells. It can even create feelings of separation, of loneliness, of anxiety. So very important to keep this area of the body opened up and take deep breaths. And I find Starfish is really effective in this way. Energetically, it tends to the lung and the heart channels of Chinese medicine, which are associated with feelings such as compassion and grief, joy and loss, as well as fear. But physically, what this pose does is it opens up the pectoral muscles, which connect your chest here to your upper arm bone here. So for this pose, Starfish will come to lie on your belly. And you might want to shift just a little bit over toward the left side of your mat, and you can have a block or a pillow nearby. Take your right arm straight out to the side so your hand lines up with your shoulder here. And then without moving this arm, press into your left hand and roll onto your right side. If you can't easily bring your head down to the mat, take your block under your head and use it as a pillow. Now I will typically hold this pose anywhere from 10 breaths to 3 minutes. After a few breaths, you might feel that you can bend your left knee and place the sole of your foot on the floor behind you. And possibly after a few more breaths, you might feel that you can bend your right knee and place the sole of that foot on the floor too. This left hand can stay in front of you for support, or at any time, reach your left hand up and then simply let it fall behind your back. So I recommend here closing your eyes and being with that intensity. This can be a very challenging pose. And focus, instead of coming out of the pose, on breathing deeply. Try to relax any excess tension in your jaw or your belly. And after anywhere from 10 breaths to 3 minutes, you simply roll back onto your belly. The longer that you've held the pose for, often the longer of a break you'll need in between sides to recover. And then when you're ready to do the other side, you can shift a little bit to the right on your mat. Keep the block close by if it was useful. And the left arm comes out, straight out in line with your shoulder, just rolling onto your left side, supporting your head. Feel so free to leave everything here as it is and try to relax as much as possible. And then at any moment, if you feel like there's some opening, you might bend your right knee and then your left knee. Take your right hand up and let it fall easily behind your back. And then again, you can close your eyes so your nervous system is less stimulated and focus your awareness on those deep breaths that you're taking. And when you've held the pose for an equal amount of time on both sides, you can come back onto your belly and relax. Just feel the openness across your chest and your shoulders and enjoy these deep breaths. Namaste.